Hold on. Keep calm. Come again.
Yeah. Conscience. For the girl them sound a play, volume up, like a speaker the party turn up. Pass it up, promote it up, every man have a girl feel a car. We don't wanna see no good from a car, man to man come to see ya. Book it up, everyone a feel ya. Somebody pass me a girl, we love for the girl. Anyway the girl them do ya, we love for the girl. Anyway the girl them do ya, we love for the girl. Anyway the girl them do ya, we love for the girl. Anyway the girl them, anyway the girl them. I might one. If I show you all of the bad girl, you must see if you find the right one. We get some fucking. Ladies, lots of liquor. You get more kidney, me have white liquor. Europe, pound and dollar. We tell them no quicker, we have that swag. We them follow, we a girl leader. Pick me a banker, we a girl breeder. Girl them so we hotter than fever. Why tell where you get a beat ya? When you see the girl them, I'm going to have a pin. Till it's a baby, shoulder, you do not knock off. What do you do? You do not knock off. Every man, over my girl and a rock off. Girl up on the cat, now we slime jump off. We love see the girl them. Anyway the girl them, we a bring up to the girl them. Anyway the girl them, we a bring up to the girl them. Anyway the girl them, we a bring up to the girl them. Anyway the girl them, anyway the girl them. Get so fucking Wine and jiggle, rock up in a dance, rock up and jack up and catch. Wine and jiggle, rock up in a dance, wine and jiggle, rock up in a dance, rock up and jack up and. Wine and jiggle, rock up in a dance, rock up in a dance.
Hold on, father, hold on. Keep calm.
And the girl them will love, and the girl them will love, and the girl them will love. Girl be a wine and jiggle, rock up in a dance, rock up and jack up and catch up in a dance. You make them a tick them, cock up in a dance. Be a girl, cock up up in a dose. Girl for your wine and jiggle, back up in a dose. Back up and jack up, touch up in a dose. You make your matic back up in a dose. Be a girl back up in a dose. Be a good, you make some mama, suck up the mama. Place your body every girl to mama nana. Get in a spirit and shout out shalom mama, no mama nana. Girl your waist are cool, so why make me pay the toll? Yes, girl I be your fool, set like when I pay a phone. Girl for your wine and jiggle, back up in a dose. Back up and jack up, touch up in a dose. You make your matic back up in a dose. Be a girl back up in a dose. Girl for your wine and jiggle, back up in a dose. Back up and jack up. You make them a think them cock up in a dose. Be a girl back up in a dose. And is me no play, me no response. Boy no wanna die, people no distance. You no see a my name, girl I response. And me no play when them need me assistance. Girl I bust a bounce come and come, bounce come and come. Come me like when the girl them go and come. This a time get a touch and run, the next one get a touch and come. Girl your waist are cool, so why make me pay them soul? Yes, girl I me your fool, set like when a paper fall. Girl for your wine and chill, cock up in a dose. Cock and jack up, shoot in a dose. You make them a tick cock up in a dose. Be a girl cock up in a dose. Girl for your wine and chill, cock up in a dose. Cock and jack up, shoot in a dose. You make them a tick cock up in a dose. Be a girl cock up in a dose.
Yeah, this girl on the right, na 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 na. This girl on the right, na 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 na. She ride on the bike, the Kawasaki. Girl you sexy, why no go, no go. Give me the glamity roll, no miss pricey. Give me the glamity roll, you feel me wifey. Give me the glamity roll, you full of the wine. Girl nobody right it a time. Oh, girl you physical up, and nobody clean and no dirty. Cock up is a 10, bend down to me stocky. Walkie money. About your bike, you no dead, you no dirty. Come up, you no fear by the ride of Chucky. You feel proud out if you can't see study. Walkie money. Walkie. Man, I pass, and I look good. In a little piece of shots. Your body not tough like concrete on a wall. Me no figure, this all because she got up and they just a empty coffee vase. Y'all eat a blow because it falls. Swing out on the right and she saw the stars. On your body you have the formula, girl. Girl you physical up and your body clean and no dirty. Cock up is a 10, bend down to me stocky. Walkie money. About your bike, you no dead, you no dirty. Cock up, you no fear by the ride of Chucky. You feel proud out if you can't see stucky. Walkie money. Walkie money. The money take care of yourself, so just spend it on your nice clean body. You just spend it on your wine no harder. You feel wind up your body pretty tea, but you don't like banana. You can't ride bike, you not drop off. You can't wine, you waste the shot. And me don't get a son, so we want a data. One full of up, like a phone from a charger. You physical up, and your body clean and no dirty. Cock up is a 10, then down to me stocky. Walkie money. About your bike, you no dead, you no dirty. Cock up, you no fear by the ride of Chucky. You feel proud out if you can't see study. Walkie money. Wind up your body, are you pretty than a body? Girl, wind up your body, are you pretty than a body? Hey, girl, don't up your foot, show me how your body look. And I can make you back it up, give me the girl. Come back, we have to make you use it, I say you want me to pick me, use it, pull up, yo, pull up, let's go, DJ lighter. Wind up your body, are you pretty than a body? Girl, wind up your body, are you pretty than a body? Me say, hey girl, don't up your foot, show me how your body look. Now make you pick up, back it up, give me no girl. Turn back, we have me up, use it, I say you want me to pick me, use it, I say you want me to pick me, yeah. Bubble, yeah. Sit down, yeah. Sit down, yeah. With your muscles, yeah. Like when bad man a rock up, don't make it tougher than the iron on the buckle. Sit down, no run like bus when he shuffle, yeah. Bubble, you are not well. When he's in a struggle, some girl you know. I need a trouble, but don't keep up your body like a ball with a juggle. Right I know what the girl them time. Can I bubble like them Christmas line. Them come up and walk, no come the waistline. Love to see the girl them a hook. Them a bubble, them a hook, them a bubble, them a hook, them a bubble, them a hook. And the girl, I mean make the girl them hook and bubble up, hook and bubble up, hook and bubble up. Stop, make the girl them hook and bubble up, hook and bubble up, hook it, hook it, hook it.
Cause I am the man, wake up if you good ride. And up the girl when they sit down on this thing, body really let's walk me the bring. Make a year that
Ready city back to Peter. San Pedro, girl them love the sweet water. Some want me son, some want me daughter. Some are weak to me at the altar. Yeah, so give me the girl them a easy, the girl them a wet. Some inna the short short, man inna the short chips. Yeah, when I go down you make me have to take set. Something put up like it in a hand.
I mean make the girl them hook and bubble up, hook and bubble up, hook and bubble up. Stop, make the girl them hook and bubble up, hook and bubble up. Hook it, hook it, hook it.
Girl them a hook, them a bubble. Hello,
and sometimes something bad about me, something good happen for me. From me born the Lord bless me, so no evil people them can't test me. I hear from the born I'm strong, me not easy for break me strong. Me multi-talented and strong, them a try to stop me them wrong, but I am unstoppable, I am unbreakable. Whoa, Jaja never fear me. Yeah. I am unstoppable, I am unbreakable. Lord Jesus never fear me. Yeah. Tell the whole of them know me. Tell bad mind people feel love me. Them get up every day and sit down for me name and I talk so them want overthrow me. Tell them feel know me. Tell wicked and people feel love me. Me full ambition and pride and you know all I do now people them call me. When me did hungry, me never see uno. When me want help, me never see uno. When me a promote my first song from country to Kingston, I know me no see uno. Me wait till you me reach to ask anybody. Me no ungrateful, no. Me a kind body. God never give a man more than when can be, so me not run from it. But tell them who God bless, no man curse. Who God bless, no man curse. Me no worship vanity things, me no shatter. But me no come that no lamb to no slaughter. No weapon that form against me shall prosper. Cause I am unstoppable, I am unbreakable. Whoa, Jaja never fear me. Yeah. I am unstoppable, I am unbreakable. Lord Jesus never fear me. Yeah. Tell the one of them know me. Tell bad man people feel know me. Them get up every day and sit down for me name and I talk to them want overthrow me. Tell them feel know me. Tell wicked and people feel know me. Cushion again, drinks in a hand, three girl a wind up on me party ram. Me cologne a kick them like a Van Damme. Plus me have on me brand new Air Force One. Baileys, Malibu, Apple and Euro in a me pocket and me spend $2,000. This a the wickedest dance all jam and every girl a bubble down to Charlie Black song. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. This is a party. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. Everybody happy. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. This is a party. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. Remix. Sexy me girl, wine up your body 'cause you sexy me girl. This a real dance hall party, girl to a man and every man to a girl. When you whine me believe ya, do all you whine me not leave ya. When you whine your body for me, baby, me like it. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. This is a party. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. Everybody happy. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. This is a party. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. Remix. Watch me. It's something up the party can done. No can me so me still have fun. Papa me gyal a boogie down. So send for more eyes and enough more run. Calivan like some of the Kingston. Team unstoppable, hotter than sun. Dance floor full up and nobody no sit down. You only live once and right now me young. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. This is a party. Fiesta, 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 fiesta. Everybody.
iko hapa kwa stool kama tu hivi. Yeah.
Another jig, huh? Just do another one.
Don't fear that, drop it down. Yeah, me girl, don't fear that. When you ready, me ready with. Don't fear that, drop it down. Yeah, me girl, don't fear that. When you ready, we nah need chat. Drop it down, yeah, me girl, nah need chat.
Body never done, hotter than a gun. Man forward and get them money to the ground. Big big thing, but steady that around. Can you attend it? I want to bring it to chance. Position, best position. I will never run, give me your best position. Body never done, best position. I will never run, give me your best position.
Baby, give me that best position. Never make an East African hooligan. Hit till it burns. Come on, bend down, baby, turn the 101. You should've told me that you're freaky, yeah. I should've told you like a Caribbean girl. Wine your body, do an instant curl. Alien girl from a different world.
With the me girl, don't fear that. Drop it down, yeah, me girl, don't fear that. When you ready, we nah need chat. Drop it down, yeah, me girl, nah need chat.
Body never done, hotter than a gun. Man forward and get them money to the ground. Big big thing, but steady that around. Can you attend it? I want to bring it to chance. Position, best position. I will never run, give me your best position. Body never done, best position. I will never run, give me your best position. Give me a wind up, take a do it like I'm your man. Follow the melody, bend on everything normal. Give me a wind up, for me for the back to drive, man. You done everything, you make me fly like Jordan.
Think it's shaky to even interesting. Let me ask, hey madam, how you do that thing? Hey, I thought you wanna get the sweetest things. With a slap on my sweet cat, big Becky.
With the me girl, don't fear, don't fear, don't fear, don't fear.
Donnez-moi de l'amour, mon ami, je t'en prie, donnez-moi de l'amour. La roche qui a grossi le cœur. Bébé Philippe, après le contact, si mon père, ça m'en a sacré. On va Ramzi le pont, c'est la ruelle du quartier. Tout le monde, et sur la position abrique-diquitine, position abrique-diquitine, position abrique-diquitine, position de Bragana,
Sinon la bosse à faire des taillements qui baillent.
Ah, on se courbe, tout le monde, on s'amène au corps, et puis on va à tout coup, à tout coup, Une heure du matin, 2 heures du matin, 3 heures du matin.
With the me girl, don't fear that. Drop it down, yeah, me girl, don't fear that. When you ready,
You can now run and get a cup of tea, then you may come back. Members present, the audience, our guests, our chair council, we have come to another session. And the session we have now is the sub-theme, cross-cutting issues, which includes STEM courses weighted in technical education. This one is a very important topic to us because we need to understand what this STEM is all about. What is this STEM? Science, technology, or technical education. This is science, technical. For E, somebody will explain better, but then mathematics, if not mechanical. And so with this one, we have very well able keynote speaker to be with us. And I want to call the moderator and the keynote speaker to come to the dais so that I would ask then the moderator to introduce the keynote speaker and continue with this session. Madam Pauline and Dr. Virginia, please welcome into the podium. So, Madam Pauline, please welcome and get this mic, of which I wish you introduce our keynote speaker and you continue with the session. Karibu.
Thank you. Thank you, Daktari. Can we applaud our Deputy Principal, Academics and Students Affairs? Thank you. Thank you very much. Our students, we want you to participate in this because this one actually directly touches on you. So those who are outside there, kindly students, we require you in this hall. All the students, we require you here. So kindly ensure that you come back here and you stick because this is literally for you. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Pauline Karaoke, the research coordinator for this Polytechnic. I'm humbled to be before you, Prof, the governing council, the staff, and our trainees to facilitate the moderation of the sub-theme, cross-cutting issues, STEM courses, and women in technical education. That is weighted. With me, I have the panelists, Dr. Virginia Wanjiro Nyaga, Biodata Doctorate. She is the head of Guidance and Counseling Department at the Kiambu National Polytechnic. She has over 13 years of experience in TVET and university education training. Her expertise is in the area of applied biology and chemistry, as well as in the area of mental health and psychological wellness. Apart from training, she has a vast experience in research / scholarly work, as evidenced by extensive publications in peer-reviewed journals, keynote lectures, conference papers, supervision of postgraduate students. She has published over 20 research papers. Her research interest is in the area of STEM, youth and climate change, youth, mental health, as well as alcohol and drug abuse. She also has experience in the public workplace, in policy development, program development, and implementation. She holds a doctoral degree in counseling psychology from the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, Master of Arts degree in education management from Mount Kenya University, and Bachelor of Education Science degree from University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. With a smile on your face, let's welcome Dr. Virginia. Put your hands together as we welcome her. Karibu Daktari. We request you just to pick your mic and just say hi as we start our panel discussion.
The chair of the council, Professor Wagayu, the chief principal, all protocols observed. I don't know whether it's afternoon or good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm excited to be here, and I would like to thank the management of this great institution for giving me this opportunity so that we can have discussion on matters of STEM, WITED, and other areas which are touching our young ones, so that we can take TVET to greater heights. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daktari. Just to give a background, introduction to our panel discussion topic today, cross-cutting issues entail disability mainstreaming, inclusion, and gender mainstreaming. Then we have the STEM courses, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We also have weighted women in technical education. So we have a broad category of cross-cutting issues, but at least we have narrowed ourselves down. So panel audience, allow us to go through what we have today. Daktari, currently the government is on STEM courses in our TVET institutions. What are the current enrollment rates of women in STEM courses in a general perspective in TVET institutions?
Okay, thank you, our moderator, Pauline. When we talk about the enrollment of our trainees in the TVET institutions, before we come to the STEM enrollment, the general enrollment is that we have more male trainees in comparison to the female trainees. Male trainees are at 52.6%, and the female trainees are at 48%. And that general enrollment now trickles down when it comes to the STEM courses, where we still have more male trainees enrolled in STEM courses in comparison with the female trainees. However, as we look from 2009 to where we are, that enrollment keep on increasing, where we had few female trainees initially, but we are seeing the female now trainees are crossing the gap. Thank you.
Thank you very much. According to the panelists, Daktari, it's like we have the balance. There's no balance. And what would be the specific barriers preventing women or female trainees from enrolling in STEM courses at TVET institutions or in TVET institutions?
Okay, thank you. When we talk about barriers, we have different dynamics which are contributing to the barriers. That is now the difference between the enrollment. We have what we call the institution barriers, whereby, because we have quite a number of TVET institutions with different facilities, with different trainers, or the number of trainers, and also the facilities which have been put there to enable the trainees being able to access these STEM courses. So one of the institution barriers, for instance, we have more male trainers compared to the female trainers, whereby if we go to like a department of building and civil engineering, we'll have more male trainers compared to female trainers. When we look at also the institution facilities, of late, or maybe initially, also the way the facilities were put, they were favoring more male trainees, compared to the female trainees. However, we have now, because of the funding from the government, and also like we have the career guidance policy at the national level, but when we come now to the career guidance on the STEM courses at the institution level, that one is left to the institution to do the implementation. So it seems like there is no structure to follow up to the institution to see how they're implementing that. And maybe this could be a challenge or a recommendation to the ministry, so that also we can go and trickle down to the specific institution and see how this can be implemented. Also, when we look at the female alumni or students who have already gone through the TVET, they have done the STEM courses, and maybe they're excelling outside there, we need to bring them back and maybe talk to our trainees, so that they can also be able to be motivation or motivate the trainees and be able to tell them now, outside there, this is what is happening, there are more opportunities, and this is how we can bridge the gap. When we talk about still barriers, we can look at the cultural or maybe economic. And economic, when it comes to funding, And we are happy the government came with a new funding model. But when it comes to the funding, all the courses the students are doing. So if it can be looked at, whereby if we have female trainees, look at how they can increase. Although there are strides which the country made so that we ensure everybody appreciates education and all that, there are some still cultural entails. The mentality or the cultural barriers will still play a key role. But I think there are strides which have been made to continue now educating, sensitizing, and especially when we go back to the high schools or primary level, so that we can tell them as early as possible they will be able to start now pursuing these courses. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yesterday we had a very interesting engagement with under the sub-theme Greening TVET, and now here comes in terms of curriculum development. How are the STEM curricula at TVET, or the development of curricula in TVET institutions designed to support and engage female trainees?
Okay, thank you. I'm happy because we have now migrated fully to CBET. And previously when we had the other system of education, where it was more of theory-based compared to now the current CBET, which is more of practical. Initially, it had not foreseen the challenges probably the female trainees would face, or what would be the barriers to them accessing the education. But now when it comes to the implementation of the CBET, this one, because the trainees are being taught through the practical based, they are able, or the trainers are able to see what they can be or what can be done, or how the trainees can be taken care of. When we look at the curriculum, we are in the process. We have the OS, we have the learning guides, and all the tools which are required in the implementation of the CBET program. And because TVET is more now inclined to practical based, or that is the technical, where now the STEM courses are, they will be taken care of, or this has already been taken care of, and we expect to see now the increment in the enrollment or even in the performance of these courses compared to the previous mode of or the system of learning.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Would we say that we can have very distinct teaching methods that are very effective in retaining women or female trainees in STEM courses? Would we advocate for any training or teaching methods to make them to make the STEM courses more interesting, to make our female students feel that I can become an engineer, I can do building and civil engineering, I can do applied sciences in TVET institutions? Can we have any suggestions of a particular way on how we can be able to retain our female trainees?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just as I had said earlier that now we have a new system, that is the CBET, and we are still in the process of developing the OS, and this is where we have the industry coming in, and they are the ones who know what is the needs of the industry are. This is where now we need to come together and see what has been happening in the industry, so that as they develop the OS, that is the occupation standards, they can be able to tell us, previously this is what has been happening, or for enhancement of more female trainees to excel in these STEM courses, this is what needs to be done. I had also talked about the female trainers being fewer, and this is where maybe a recommendation to the Ministry of Education, we also come back now to the retooling, because when we started, we did a lot of, or most of us were retooled, so that we can see how we can develop or we can implement the CBET. So this is a new area we can also recommend to the Ministry of Education, so that the trainers can be retooled and on the areas on how it can be improved, so that we have more female trainees excelling in their STEM courses.
Thank you. Today, if I attend a class and there's a female trainee in the engineering class, and the student has come with her makeup, with her hair long, with her heels, and this female trainee is enrolled in the Department of Engineering, are there support services that you would recommend to our TVET institutions to help this young girl retain her, her other part of status as she pursues the STEM courses? Because to some extent we have had scenarios where some come and leave because maybe they felt the environment is not really taking care of that other social part. So what support system would you recommend to our, just even at the ground level, the departments, the institutions, now leave alone the government, where we are, what would you have to have a support system to our female trainees who are taking STEM courses?
Thank you. Yeah, this is where we have a major challenge, and I believe most trainers or most administrators here can agree with me, whereby we have a student who is doing maybe agriculture, and we expect them to go to the farm and do the practicals. So, as you are explaining, we look at their attire, we look at their maybe very long nails, which are good for them, because that's how they define beauty. But what needs to be done mostly is, because when these trainees come, we normally orient them in terms of now the department or the courses they have come to do, whereby we tell them in this course or in this subject, this is how, or these are now like the PPEs, for example, in the engineering lab or in the workshops, so that they are able to understand there is a way one is expected to dress, or there's a way one is expected to conduct himself or herself in the workshop. And that does not mean when you dress like this in the workshop, that does not mean that the other way expected them to do this course. Do they understand what it entails? So that by the time they get there, they already know what is expected of them, how they can be able to be taken care of, and we continue with that mentorship, especially now to understand more about the course, to understand more about what is required so that they excel, and also not to interfere with the learning process, because they will be in the class, there are many, or maybe there are few, but every person has a way they want to stay. But they have also to learn that as a social being, we need also to take care of each other and how we interact with the environment we are in. Thank you.
Would we say that we have stereotypes, that some are community-wise, some are institutional, some are just peer pressure, that hinder female trainees in pursuing STEM courses? And if they are there, kindly can you just mention a few and how we can be able to manage the stereotypes?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the stereotypes are still there, though not many as before. And as we continue enlightening the community or in the education system, what helps us to take care of those stereotypes is having the policies in place and ensuring the implementation is done as per the letter. For example, a gender policy, gender mainstreaming policy, whereby once it has been developed, the trainees are sensitized and they are told this is what is expected, this is how we should treat each other. And also when they come now to class, because this one is competent based, they will be given similar assignments or similar practicals, and the girls will also be seen to participate in this training, and they will be able to excel just like their colleague trainees. And I can give an example where I work at Kiambu National Polytechnic. We have a class of quantity survey. It's a class we admitted in 2022. We admitted 58 students or trainees. Out of 58, we have 38 females compared to 20 male trainees. And when it comes to the practicals, we see also the girls doing equally better like their colleagues. So what the narrative which we should push is not about just saying boys are better than girls or girls can do this, but now exposing them to this kind of practical-based or competent-based education, and we see whether they are able to excel, and then we can be able to see from now the point of view, from now the practical part, and they are able now to appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for mentioning about the policy. The gender policy. The gender policy, kindly if I may note, advocates for both the boy child and the girl child. But now we also maybe have this weighted policy, which is specifically promoting STEM courses. And what else can the government do in terms of policy and advocacy, in terms of promoting female trainees in enrolling into STEM courses?
Okay, thank you. One thing about our country, Kenya, we have very good policies. And I think sometimes back, we were told that there's a country which came to benchmark with us because there's a paper which was written in the country. And when they came, they wanted to understand who wrote this policy or where it came from and so on. So I want to say that, I would like to say that the policies are there, but now when it comes to the implementation, that is where now the challenge is. And if each institution can implement these policies, and if the students or the trainees can also be involved, and especially in development of some of these policies, because they can share from their own experience. This is what is happening in class. This is what is happening when we go for practicals and all that. So that it can be included in these policies. Because when they are part and parcel of now the policy development, in terms of implementation, they already know what is expected of us. This is how we will be able to do things. Still on the implementation, we also, if we can also be having the systems of reporting, there are some things we report in the PC, also when it comes to the STEM. Because it's like we report only the enrollment, but it's also good, we can also do some stressor studies to see where the trainees have gone after they are done with school. Or we can also be able to follow also their progress, because we also have found some dropping off because of some of these things we are talking about, maybe stereotyping or other barriers I mentioned earlier. So when it comes to the policies, it all has to require all the stakeholders so that we implement and we be able to do the evaluation to see what is making things not work and what can be improved.
Thank you. When you look at our media, especially when we have the heavy duty roles, you'll always find a man is the one that is appearing on the screen. When we have these hard labor tasks, you'll always find a man that too much of that awareness. When you sometimes you also look at our maybe brochures and what have you. How can we help these female trainees also, you know, to have the self-belief that they are equally able to perform, just even from the families where they're coming from the community where we engage, and even from even the TVET institutions. How can we help the female trainees also have self-belief in enrolling and pursuing STEM courses?
Okay, thank you. I would refer to what the speaker of yesterday, Professor Kisilu Kitainge, TVET CDEC CEO,